Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of Prime Time Newscast in the English language on Canal International. I'm called Morenzi at Top Stories. Die-hard football supporters and lovers will have to enter the stadium to watch AFCON matches upon presentation of their vaccination cards against COVID-19. And government is reassuring national and international opinions on government dynamics in place for the hosting of the AFCON 2021 in Cameroon come next January. This against the backdrop of rumors by a foreign club association for postponement, as saying African players will not be released for the competition. And few days to the end of year festivities, the nation's economic capital, Douala, is yet to reflect the festive season as compared to last year. Those are major stories. Details right ahead. Good evening once more. Die-hard football supporters and lovers will have to enter the stadium to watch AFCON matches upon presentation of their vaccination cards against COVID-19. The announcement by the Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football CAF this day in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. More on the story with Beatrice Ngamo.
The fever is high for the effective kickoff of the African Cup of Nations come January the 9th. Many football lovers are also planning to enjoy the continental jamboree by watching the different matches. The Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Veron Musengo, announced clearly today that vaccination is the pass of supporters into the stadium. If you don't want to be vaccinated, it's your right, he says, watch on television. His reason being that he does not want to inflame the situation, and soon it will be that CAF and Cameroon government have created a move.
Il ne faut pas que prêter les flancs après qu'ils viennent dire que la CAF et le gouvernement ont créé des clusters. Ça, il ne faut pas. On n'a pas le droit de leur donner cette occasion.
Supported here by Public Health Minister, he expatiates that
the strict control of this health pass shall be ensured to guarantee first and foremost the health safety of athletes and officials and enable the public from all participating countries to experience an exceptional and unprecedented event which Cameroon, a country whose position in the world football is indisputable, is preparing to host.
On the number of persons during each match in the stadium, the CAF Secretary General said they are still to conclude on that. The Public Health Minister said their wish is for a full stadium. For the 2020, Shan was a wonderful test for Cameroon after the first wave of the COVID-19, and all went well. They see same come January the 9th to February the 6th, 2022.
And government is reassuring national and international opinions on the good dynamics in place for the hosting of AFCON 2021 in Cameroon come next January. This against the backdrop of rumors by foreign club association for the postponement, saying African players will not be released by that time. Announcement made this Thursday during a joint press conference by the Minister of Sports and Physical Education and Minister of Public Health, and that of the Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football CAF. More in the following story with Beatrice Ngamo.
24 days to the effective kickoff of the African Nations Cup, AFCON 2021, the reassurance of government is one of good dynamics, irreversible processes, and total readiness for the continental rendezvous.
With the experience gained, we want to take additional measures to provide participating athletes with all the necessary health security during the AFCON that Cameroon will be hosting in the coming days.
Infrastructure-wise, all the stadia to host the upcoming competition are ready, reiterates the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Narcisse Mwele Kombi. That is why they are taken aback by the rumor sparked by the European Club Association, insisting they will not release African players for the competition due to the current COVID-19 condition. To that, the Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football CAF said FIFA regulation is clear on the matter.
I would just to underline something important here. The President Motsepe sent him here not to find a solution how to postpone the competition. He sent me here to continue the discussion with our partner who is FECAFOOT and the government of Cameroon.
Manauda Malashi, public health boss, said there is no case of the Omicron COVID-19 variant yet in Cameroon, adding that for the 2 years of COVID-19, Cameroon has recorded close to 108,000 cases out of about 27 million population, and the protocol is being respected. Occasion to delve into the picture in Europe with competitions ongoing, some over and in full stadia. Vigilance is the watchword, reiterates the three speakers of the joint press conference on preventive measures taken by Cameroon against COVID-19 within the framework of the Total Energy AFCON 2021 this Thursday in Yaoundé.
And the 2021 edition of the International Handicraft Exhibition of Cameroon opens this day in Yaoundé with craftsmen and women called to get their products ready for wide exposure during the upcoming AFCON competition in Cameroon. The rich craft village to run for 10 days and will permit an interaction between Cameroonian craft actors and foreign partners. More on the story with Hyson Cha.
Cutting of the symbolic ribbon, marking the official opening of the 7th edition of the International Handicraft Exhibition of Cameroon, the launch of the 10 days exhibition forum by the Minister of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, Social Economy and the Handicraft, Achille Basilikeng III, in the presence of other government ministers, under the theme Revitalization of the Market System of Handicraft Products and Conquest of Foreign Markets, a special edition, VIS 2021, with reference guest nation, Senegal.
This year, there is a new momentum that we are injecting in handicraft. Senegal is not only a reference in Africa, and we are hereby giving the opportunity to Cameroonian craftsmen who, under the various activities, will now have the opportunity to build partnerships with their friends from Senegal.
With the rich and diverse crafts products in this crafts village, here at the Esplanade of the National Museum, the Senegalese delegation confirmed that Cameroon remains Africa in miniature.
L'Afrique en miniature.
Cameroon is really Africa in miniature. It is a blessed country. As we prepare to play the AFCON here, we have noticed that we are really in a special country. The different cultural zones highly represented here in different stands with abundant, beautiful and lovely artifice, all with their specificities and originality.
We have products in our famous traditional regalia, the Ndop and the Togo, which is so competitive in the national and in the international market.
The upcoming African Cup of Nations is also expected to be a forum to project the Cameroonian craft.
This is also an opportunity that we believe is going to open gates to our craftsmen sector.
The forum, to run till December 24th, is also a moment to live and breathe the Cameroonian rich cultural diversity in rhythms.
And with barely 24 days to the start of the Total Energy's African Cup of Nations, the population of Yaoundé 7 gateway to the Douala-Yaoundé Auto routes have embarked on a massive clean-up campaign to render their neighborhood befitting before the start of the event, an initiative highly supported by the head of state with the provision of enough sanitary equipment. More on the story with a student journalist.
All for a total clean-up campaign here in Yaoundé 7. Women, men, boys and girls, piloted by the mayor himself, Augustin Tamba. They need to render the subdivision, just like the entire city of Yaoundé, clean and befitting before the Total Energies African Cup of Nations.
Population of Yaoundé 7 and I, we are going to fight hard because we want Yaoundé 7 to be clear, to be the best city, I would like to say the best city during Can Total Energy in a few days.
The massive clean-up campaign intends, thanks to heavy sanitary materials like tricycles, motorbikes, wheelbarrows, cutlasses, boats, gloves and others, provided for the exercise by the head of state, Paul Biya. And launching the campaign this December 15, the senior divisional officer from Fundi reminded the inhabitants that Kolbisong is the entry point of the Douala-Yaoundé autoroute and must be rendered completely welcoming.
So what we are doing now to have our town clean, we cannot have the good result if population do not accept. So we invite them to accompany the mayor and to respect all what the mayor say. That means that everybody should collaborate.
The population also called upon to exercise a more civic and responsible behavior during this football fiesta, and a sound warning dished out to criminals and pickpockets to desist from the action or be nabbed by the forces of law and order in their systematic search missions.
And few days to end of year festivities, the city of Douala is yet to reflect the festive season as compared to last year. Street decorations that used to be in the interior years are not at all visible at all by city dwellers as it used to be in the past. Our reporter William Frew tells us more.
All for a total clean-up campaign here.
Precisely 9 days to the end of year festivities, the streets of Douala have nothing to show. Decorations of the different streets are yet to start, and the various lights that used to attract visitors and further beautify the streets at night are yet to be noticed. It should be noted that by this time last year, Douala had already dived into the festive season. Its streets were decorated, brightened with more light, and the populations were ready and just waiting for the D-Day to celebrate. And now, few days ago, one would think that Douala has been abandoned to itself, as there are no proofs the city is getting ready for end-of-year festivities.
A 5-day studies by mining experts who focus on geological, andrometrical, or geochemical mapping information will reveal that the mining sector, if well modernized, will catapult Cameroon's economy. This as all the Cameroonian regions appear rich with different materials. The results presented in Yaoundé, Hyacinth was part of that meeting history.
The concrete data on the Cameroon mining situation is now available. The 5-year studies on the geological and geochemical mapping and establishment of a geological and mining information system in Cameroon reveals that the country can generate abundant income through the sector.
During these 5 years, we have been everywhere in the field. We have collected data, we have collected soil, we have collected sample rocks, rock sample, we have collected stream sediment, and we have made a lot of analysis. The results are there, and the results are published today. The result says that Cameroon has a big potential.
The diverse minerals of the different localities scrutinized in the results presented in Yaoundé during this 2 days restitution workshop.
This project of geological mapping has been accompanied with systematic geochemical sampling. And now the Ministry of Mine has that knowledge, and I think that in the following months the most important thing is to share or to think about how to provide this information to investors, because on the basis of this new knowledge of mineral resources, precious metal like gold, but not only rare earth elements, which are quite important for new technology.
The move to modernize the mining sector is also taking into consideration local mining companies with the training of hundreds of Cameroonian youths with mining capacities. The implementation of the results of the 5 years research work by the Ministry of Mines, Industries and Technological Development, highly awaited.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Newscast in the English language on Canal de International. Thanks so much for watching. We have news in the French language at exactly 19h50. We are Lenkanga, but if you want to know everything about the upcoming African Cup of Nations that will hold in Cameroon, then don't fail to watch and see Valakan with Mark Shamu. As for me, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night.